there's two really wonderful groups of examples in the Bible that I think sometimes get really overlooked because it happens when they were burying Jesus. In the book of Matthew, there's this, this scene of them putting Jesus, they're putting him in the tomb, and the person that buys the tomb, his name is Joseph, and he's this wealthy guy that has been a follower of Jesus, and he has this brand new tomb. See, in those times, what they used to do is tombs would be a place that people would buy, and they would almost have like a shelving in it. It was almost like a storage space with shelves, and they would anoint the body and put it in the tomb, and the body would naturally just decay, and they would wait for the body to decay, and then they would take the body, what was left of it, the bones, and they would put them very nicely in this big box, and that's how people were laid to rest in those times. Jesus was not on earth, materialistically, not a wealthy person, and so for Joseph to give his brand new tomb, I mean, it sounds morbid, but it was a very giving thing. It was a person saying, "This is what I have, and I want this to be for you." It was a good example of Christianity, of how we are supposed to give of what we have. In times of need, we're truly supposed to give of what we have, whether that can be financial or whatever. In this case, Jesus was hung on the cross. He died, and Joseph knew that he had something that he could give, and he did, and that's a wonderful thing, But the other example too is that it shows, that all of this kind of stuff happened, and then it says just across from keeping an eye on everything is Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of Jesus. That's another way of people just doing what they can. As Christians, it's a beautiful, beautiful sign, because what they're doing simply is being there. The world was at a complete loss at this time. All of the followers of Jesus, I mean, the rest of the disciples, they are in hiding right now because everyone's trying to decipher and understand what had just happened. The person that they had followed is dead. None of them have truly grasped the concept. I mean, we get to see that, Easter and all of this kind of stuff, but right now in this present time, they're at a loss. And the two Marys, Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of Jesus, the one thing that they can give of themselves is their very presence, just being there. That's another great example of how we are as Christians supposed to be there for each other. We're not here to put ourselves against other people. We're not there to condemn and to fight people that are different. We're supposed to just be there for each other. I mean, this was a time where the Rome had done an awful thing to Jesus, but they knew that their place was to be present, to be there. We can do that when we find people that are in need. Many of us, we may not be physically dead, but some of us, we have spiritual death. We have self-worth, death of self-worth. We have times when we feel distraught and in need, and those are the times when we are to be there for one another. And sometimes it's not, you don't have to give advice, you don't have to give all of the answers. Sometimes just being in the presence of another person can help that person. Sometimes just being in community with one another. This is a great example. The two groups of people are a great example of how to even run a church. If you have people in the church that are able to give, that can give to help support things like the church, many times the church, we have expenses, and so to offer what we have to help. It can be money, it can be your time, it can be volunteering, it can be just doing whatever. Whatever the need is, when you have people that are just there to offer what they have, it makes so much, it helps so much. And to have people that are saying, I am just going to be here, that to say that this community is important, that this movement of Christ's love is so important, that it's so important that I may not know where my place is right now. I may not have a lot of things that I feel I can give, but what I can do is I can be there. Those two examples, we kind of skip over that because we want to get right to Easter. But if we sit there just for a little bit, everybody was at a loss, everybody was confused, and everybody was afraid. And there was one person that said, I will give what I have to pay respect, to show kindness, to help. And two people saying, I will just be there. I don't exactly understand everything that's going on, but I will be there. I will be there for you. If we walk away with anything today, I pray that we walk away with knowing that those are two ways that are imperative to following Christ and to building communities of kindness and love, to just being there for one another, to giving what we have, and to share the love of Jesus Christ. Love God, love yourself, love your neighbor.